Naruto Manga Chapter 688. Fuck logic is essentially the wrap up of this chapter. I just came down from my high horse, okay? I just came down from, hyping over the chapter, over the context of what I enjoyed about it, because there were some enjoyable moments, for me at least, despite the plot holes and all the fucking bullshittery that this chapter led up with. But, I don't want to leave things off on a bad note, so I'll start with what I enjoyed and then move into the things. First off, Naruto's nine different individual tailed beast chakra Rasengans. That was hype. That was legit. That's something that I actually predicted in the past when Naruto and Sasuke got their upgrades from Hagoromo, and one of the things I was like, he did the cursed Rasengan with the one tails, and then he did the molten Rasen Shuriken with the four tails, and I was like, that'd be awesome if Naruto could come through and do a different tailed beast chakra nature of each tailed beast in the form of a Rasen Shuriken. I thought that was hype, and when I saw that part, I fucking hyped. I was like, oh my god, like I couldn't believe it. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty sick. The whole deal with Kaguya, I feel as though when she braced herself for the impact of all of those attacks, she absorbed the chakra, because you got to see like like her pose. And at first I thought she was activating the Byakugan for some weird reason, but essentially she ended up just I guess, absorbing the chakra, because if you remember these past few chapters, she has been claiming, her and Zetsu, that, she's been lacking chakra, she had to go to a different world to collect it, and this would have just been a perfect way for her to just, gather a bunch of chakra, kill two birds with one stone, prevent the attack, not take damage from it, and recharge her batteries. But however, there was like a reaction to her chakra. I don't know if it's the fact that she's like the original, the original harnesser of jutsus or anything, but all the tailed beast chakra natures pretty much combined with her and formed like this different type of morph creature, like a combination of all the Jubi, all the it wasn't the 10 tails, it was something else. I don't know if it's like an ascended level or whatever, but that's basically what we got, and that was a little bit confusing to me, but that's the only thing I could think of, is that she absorbed the chakra from it, and that's why she's undergoing this transformation. Too much chakra to intake at once, and it just caused her transformation, everything like that. Those were some of the really interesting parts of the chapter that I liked. That was the good, okay? Now we're going to get into the fuck logic aspect, okay? Number one, I fucking love Obito to death, mind you, okay? How is it that Obito Uchiha died last chapter? I got very emotional on that chapter, all right? I love Obito. I love the character. I love the persona of him. Regardless of what anyone says, regardless of his controversial development, he's one of the characters that I resonate with, okay? And I really like him as a character. And when he went last chapter, I was expecting it to be the end of Obito, okay? But I can't help but understand why people are pissed off that he's still around, okay? And that's something that a lot of people in the community don't say. They don't say, I love this chapter, but I can understand why you don't like this chapter. You know what I mean? Like, I love Naruto for what it is, but I can't be oblivious to this shit. Like, I can't be oblivious to half of the stuff that happened in this chapter, and it's just like, am I just supposed to take that? Am I just supposed to take the fact and tell somebody, I love Naruto. Naruto is perfect to me. When you have fucking plot holes like this. First off, Obito's return, okay? Somehow, miraculously, okay, from his touching end last week with him and Rin leaving together and moving on and passing over, we get the beginning of this chapter, and I was just like, oh, wow. At first, I was like, oh, shit, we're going to get a little epilogue, a little extra sneak peek of what's going to become of these two when they go off. And then you got Obito talking about, I can't leave my boy Kakashi back there. I got to go help him out. I got to leave him another gift. Okay, I got to leave him my other Sharingan. And he somehow manages to defy death. All right, mind you, like I said, I love Obito, but what's pissing me off is the fact that this just tarnishes what last chapter represented for him. He's coming back, and everyone was so glad that he was gone to begin with. But the fact is, like, how do you do that? No Edo Tensei, no Rene Rebirth. Obito just willed it himself to just be like, fuck it, fuck logic, it's Naruto, right? Fuck logic. I'm just gonna use my Kamois, and I'm gonna teleport out of this limbo, I guess. My body's deteriorated. I have no physical representation of myself, and I'm just gonna take my chakra form, because I can do that, because fuck logic, and I'm just going to come back to the real world, and I'm going to talk to my younger version. My younger version is going to talk to the younger version of Kakashi, essentially like spiritually talk to, and I'm going to give him my Sharingan. That in of itself, like I said, I did my live reaction, and I got hyped up, okay? I got hyped up, I overlooked a lot of things, but in the past 10 minutes that after I read the chapter, I reread it, and I just sat down, and I was just like, no. I can't be this oblivious to what this chapter did in terms of the plot holes, in terms of the logic, the lack thereof, the lack of logic for this chapter, okay? And this chapter is going to get fucking torn to shreds. When people read this chapter's going to get fucking torn asunder, alright? But anyways, moving on from there, alright? Obito's whole return pissed me off already for the fact that I really liked the way that he went off, the perfect swan song for his whole development last week, and the fact that Kishimoto essentially tarnished that for me personally because of his return. It's like, oh, so he could just come back whenever the fuck he wants to because he has Kamui and he can do that, right? So that already pissed me off. Second, okay, you got a lot of people talking in the community about Kakashi's gonna get the other Sharingan. Kakashi has one Sharingan, he's gonna get the other. And for the longest time, I was against this for the fact of logic for what Naruto has been for the entirety of the series. What has Kakashi always done when he uses the Sharingan? Or what is his image whenever you see Kakashi? He always has his headband covering his eye. For what reason? To conserve chakra. That Sharingan is not Obito. It's not his. It's Obito's. He is not an Uchiha. He is not able to turn off and turn on the Sharingan. So essentially, when it was given to him, activated, he ended up having an always activated Sharingan. The best he could do, cover it up, conserve your chakra. All right. Down the line of part 1 into part 2. I forgot what episode it was. It's been a few years, but I remember specifically there was an episode that he used Kamui. And I believe it was when, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was when Sasuke was going up against Danzo, I guess. I don't necessarily remember, but I know there was a time that he used Kamui, and he used it like once or twice, and he was out for like 2 days. He couldn't use chakra. He basically had a very small chakra reserve, and he had to use Kamui very sparingly. However, throughout this entire war, throughout this entire him being on the battlefield, him fighting alongside Guy and all that stuff, he has somehow managed to just increase his chakra reserves with little to no training whatsoever. He's been able to spam his Kamui. He's been able to fucking use, he's been able to essentially just spam his Kamui, that's basically what majority of the time he's been using it for. Even to the extent of the pain arc. He used that a few times during the pain arc as well, so it's like, where the fuck did he learn this chakra reserve? Where did he get this chakra reserve? Where did he train for us to believe that he's able to handle the Kamui? Not just one Kamui, not just one Sharingan, I'm sorry, but 2. He got both of the eyes from Obito. And that's just something that doesn't sit right with me, and I don't understand how it could sit right with anybody. For example, I could understand Danzo's situation, okay? I can understand Danzo in the sense that Danzo had 10 Sharingan in his arms, and he had Shisui Sharingan in his right eye. In his left, my left, your right. Or whatever, his right if he's facing me, whatever. He had Senju DNA, which is essentially why he was able to use that many Sharingan, or even use it to begin with, because of the fact that he had Senju DNA, and Senju DNA, you have a lot of endurance, you have a lot of vitality. You're able to essentially pull off hacks like that. Last I checked, Kakashi doesn't have Senju DNA. Kakashi's not an Uchiha. And the fact of the matter is, I don't feel that he should have been entitled to the second Sharingan simply because it would fit, he would be back in the limelight, essentially. And I feel like I'm giving this chapter a lot of hate right now, but at the same time, it's like, I can't be oblivious to this. Like, I fucking love this series so much, And regardless of all the flack that it gets, regardless of all the plot holes, regardless of everything, I appreciate this series for what it is. But I can't come on this channel, I can't come on here and do a live reaction and do a review and sit here and tell you guys this was a great chapter. There was nothing wrong with it. It was perfect. You know, I understand the plot holes and stuff, but, you know, just overlook that because I need explanation. This is fucking reality. I don't care if it's Naruto, but I need substance. I need something that's grounded to reality with logic that I can be able to say, oh, okay, he's able to use two Kamois because of this. Obito was able to come back to this dimension because of this. You know, don't just fucking do that. I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm getting very emotional on this chapter, but it's just like, fuck logic, right? Because fuck logic, right? I don't know, dude. And then the whole deal with, you're going to be the 7th Hokage. Naruto's going to be the 7th Hokage. You're going to be the next Hokage. So essentially, last chapter, it was basically confirmed that Naruto is going to be Hokage. But not before Kakashi. No, not before Kakashi. Not before everything that Naruto has done saved everybody's ass, and all of a sudden, Kakashi gets a power-up, and now you're going to put him in the position where niggas are already fighting for Hokage. You got fucking Sasuke fighting for Hokage. You got every Konoha 11. I don't know if they're joking, if they're being serious. You got Naruto. It's been his dream since episode 1. All right? And you're going to say that Kakashi, you're going to be Hokage because I am telling you you're going to be Hokage. Just like I told Naruto a while ago. Funny story, I didn't tell him that he was going to be the next Hokage. I just said he'll be Hokage. So 10, 20, 30 years down the road, if he's not dead by then, he'll be Hokage. Like, what? Kakashi being Hokage? Like, let's be serious. Naruto has a lot more of a chance of protecting the village than Kakashi, regardless of this power-up. Of everything that Naruto has earned and achieved, Sage of Six Paths, I don't give a fuck what power-up Kakashi has. He's not topping Naruto in a battle one-on-one. And if Naruto were to just attack the village, how is Kakashi going to save it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like I really went off on this chapter, but it's like, logic, dude. And like this review is going to go against my live reaction because, let me tell you, I was genuinely hyped for this chapter. I loved the fact that Kakashi got his Sharingan. I love the fact that Kakashi is able to copy the Susanoo, which also is like a little iffy to me because it's like the Susanoo is an Uchiha Kekkei Genkai ability linked to the Sharingan. Now that you have another Sharingan, it's like you're able to copy any jutsu. So I'm expecting him to pull some Gotodamas. I'm expecting him to pull some yin and yang shit. I'm expecting him to just pull anything out of his ass at this point because it's like, the fact that he's a copycat ninja and now he has 2 Sharingan to it. Sasuke doesn't even copy shit like that. So, and like Sasuke is an Uchiha and he has Sage of Six Paths powers and he has the Rinne Sharingan, like, or the Sharingan, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know, dude. Like, this chapter was very dude, I pray for this chapter. I pray to see people like Code Provider and fucking King of Lightning and everyone. I just pray for this chapter because all of these other plot holes were very undermining. I mean, you knew they were there, but this chapter was blatantly fuck logic. We are going to bring Obito back. We're gonna give Kakashi 2 Sharingans, regardless of the fact that A, he was barely able to maintain 1. 2, he hasn't increased his chakra reserves whatsoever in any form of training. And 3, he has no Senju DNA. And apparently he's going to be the next Hokage, not Naruto. After this whole war, no. Not Naruto. Not even Sasuke. I would give Sasuke the role over Kakashi just for the fact that it could break this whole seal of, you know, the Uchiha aren't to be trusted. I would even give Sasuke the chance of being Hokage, regardless of the fact he killed Danzo. Danzo's a piece of shit anyway. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this chapter, because honestly, I don't want to feel like I'm the only one who's like flaming this, because for the most part, I love Naruto. I only talk about the good. I only talk about the positives of the series. I don't necessarily hate on Naruto like, you know, people in the community, regardless if they flame it or whether they just don't like it or anything. Like I said, I love this chapter as a whole, but these issues, these concerns are things that just can't not be unavoided. Like, you can't not tell me that there were things, nothing was wrong with this chapter. with plot holes and lack of logic. Like I said, I like the whole nine-tail, different variations of Rasen shurikens. I'm liking the whole idea of like Kaguya absorbing the attacks, but however, she probably underestimated it, and she's like forming with the fucking tailed beast natures, and she's turning into some shit no one's ever seen before. I like all that, but when you tarnish Obito's return, when you defy the logic of Kakashi not being an Uchiha and giving him both Mangekyo Sharingan, when you give him the ability to just copy any jutsu as much as a Kekkei Genkai, as the Susanoo essentially, and when you dub him to be the next Hokage, and your series is essentially ending, that's something that I wholeheartedly cannot not talk about. You know what I mean? Like I said, I am praying for this Naruto chapter. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I did a live reaction if you want to see the hype parts of the chapter that I liked. I really wanted Obito to get a Susanoo, just because majority of the Uchihas of this series have had one when they unlocked the Mangekyo Sharingan. He got both of his Sharingan, and he ended up not getting one. Kakashi ended up copying, so don't know how anyone feels about that. But overall, let me know what your thoughts about the chapter, what you liked about it, what you didn't like, what you're looking forward to, everything else in between. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this review or if you enjoyed anything I had to say. And, yeah. And I apologize to any of you out there who found this review untasteful, but like I said, these things just can't be avoided. But I'm done. I'm done flaming. I'm done ranting. I'm done getting emotional. But thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next week. Take care.